This is a take two. Good morning. Top of the morning to you. It's a beautiful day. And I'd just like to take a moment to thank and appreciate those who have basically delivered me to my now. And right now I'm doing some service work for a friend and someone who's taken care of me through thick and thin. And it's a great thing to be able to come and to return the favor, so to speak. Long ago, when I decided to give my life to service, there was a man named George. And George was in the Kiwanis Club with me. And I was just fresh to the Kiwanis Club, and George received a Lifetime Service Award. And I had worked with him and met him, but to see him in that light, I had worked at the concession stands at the football, Federal Way football games with him and others, but he was the one that stood out. He knew everything about every job. Basically, what he would do was what no one else wanted to do. He wasn't the one standing up and talking or taking awards. He was the guts of the outfit, the heart of the show. And I wanted to be like George. And I certainly cannot in any way, to this time at least, compare myself to George. I can tell you that he, to me, truly was a humble man. He could have done anything. He could have ran the show. But he was a facilitator. You know, he wanted to give your dream its best opportunity. And if it was selling stuff at the hot dog stands, which we gave, to the high schools, sometimes in scholarships or other manners. But, we weren't keeping the money. And there would always be things missing or this, that, or the other, and George was the guy that covered it. And he'd cover it flawlessly. And though I'm not the same kind of person as George, he inspired me to be the best kind of Fred that I could be. And he was a person, when I got involved with the Federal Way Seroptimus Club and a lady named Lynn Scow, that helped me understand how I could best serve Flag City, USA, that had the 50 American flags and the 50 state flags along the Federal Way Aquatic Center, which at that time was called the Goodwill Games Pool. And each one of these things that George inspired me to participate in has so added to my life, especially when things are tough, like right now, and things are being said, not just about a person, but just sometimes just angry people everywhere. Sometimes I'm that angry person, but I'm learning more and more to, when I get to that point, to choose to go back to peace, to go back to, there's things I can change, and those are usually not the things that rouse me or scare me or upset me. Those are usually the things that I have a problem with. So I'm doing my best to learn how to use my words. I'm doing my best to truly be that person that I've always aspired to be, and to do my best to not toot my own horn. I love sharing experiences, and experiences from beings that I can and have heard their stories, and do my best to share their stories. And I work diligently at those things that I take on. I do my best to be early for appointments, not late. However, meetings, I'm always right on that red line, because there's always one thing to do before I go off into my day. Although my days are short now, I've been pretty much having to have a time in the day that I just sit down and help my body deal with what's going on with me. I believe that we are transforming. Those people who are afraid of these things because of death or illness or stuff, basically that will happen to you when it's your time. But people using these sanitizers everywhere and rubbing them on them and on wounds, sometimes the alcohol patches, rather than just good soapy warm water and love. And the whole mask thing is just so overwhelming. I've always had trouble wearing a particle mask, even when there was stuff in the air that was bad. I mean, that it actually worked on taking that out of. And I would see the outside of my mask and the inside of my mask where it had gotten gunky. And then I would still cough up in my phlegm gunky stuff. And they're telling us that virus that's so itty bitty that they can't get a picture of it. They had to have a Walt Disney thing done with it. And hid from us all these public meetings where all of these things were discussed, where brave people were able to convey exactly what was being said, or freedom of information in our own process protected us because there were people who actually pursued those things and made them come out in the light of day. All I can say for Fred Pepper is this. I am so proud to be an American, as I understand us to be. I am so proud to serve a higher power who shared with me the way to be a good son with our Father, where each and every one of us are sovereign. And to protect that sovereignty by doing my best to be what I am, flawed in a flawed world. But you know what? When you can stay cheerful, when you can keep your heart in the right place, where you can call on the gifts of God, of joy, of kindness, of patience, of love, of mercy, of grace, of charity, and know those things coming from my higher power rather than me thinking what I can do to help someone, because I'm not a good helper of Fred. And when I'm doing it from here to there, It hasn't worked out as well as it has when I say, oh God, what do I do? And then I do something. My name's Fred Pepper. I can't tell you how many times I have folded the American flag. I cannot tell you anymore how many places. And I'm starting to lose the faces of the people on my journeys. But I'll never forget the love. I will always do my best to represent that courageous love the best I can wherever I am. I don't know what the United States means to you, but to me, those of us who came here to live the American dream, man, I'm here for you. If you're doing some conniving stuff like selling people or exploiting people, and then wanting to run everything and then run that into the ground and give us to our enemies who you created anyway. And I'm just really tired of it, and I'm hoping at some point here soon that our press, our people, will, within these organizations, will find a way to tell the truth, to give us little pictures of the truth where we wake up. Because right now what's being done is we're being sung to sleep. The people that you're trusting and you're giving your whole hearts to, and old Bill Gates and Fauci and any of these politicians, hey, good luck with that. If we look to our higher power, if we seek that will, if we pull together like we have so many times, then guess what? Nothing could stop us. And it doesn't matter to me when it's time to make my stand. I don't know if I can carry a weapon into battle anymore because I cannot kill someone I love to protect someone I love. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But I can tell you this. I'm going to do something, and I'm going to do it the best I can. Glory be to God. I love you. I'm going to do my best to blot that word out to where I won't have to change the thing on this. I really am coming from the heart and coming from my spirit. I'm going to be okay. Understand that. I just want to help and hold the door open like my Lord Jesus Christ did for me. I believe that he struggled for every breath. Every breath. Even when he was stabbed, I believe with all my heart that he still sucked for every bit of breath so that knotheads like me could understand how committed he is, was, and forever will be. And I pray to be a good servant. If that's me making stuff up, then that's good enough for me. But God has shown his hand to me so many times and in so many ways that I cannot deny, nor will I ever, and I will kneel to no other power or entity that I am aware of. And if it is done, then know they have broken me. And I am not ashamed. I will not be ashamed. What I've done, what I've gone through, what's happened to me, I can only say that it took a lot of love to create what you're seeing today. God bless you. Never give up. Be around the people you aspire to be. But don't buy their beliefs or anything like that. Just buy that dignity, buy that love, and buy that service. And find a way to work it into your ministry. Glory be to God. I'll catch you a little later up the road.